tell you every time that I'm in the place I'll never you. Tell me all the things you won't do. I let you like that goes honey. Is that true?
So in my room, all the crabs were eating me a little bit, and my flatmate was just sitting there, just watching it happen. And a horseshoe crab, like the big fat ones with all the little legs, came and ate my leg. And then I was like, Jazz, help! That's my flatmate, help! And then she didn't help. So I don't know what that's about.
There was this house, and it'd always come back in every single dream. And I'd go in there, and it'd be a little bit abandoned, and I'd be like creeping around the house, and then there'd always be something that would spook me near the end of it, whether it was like a woman standing there in like a nightgown, or sometimes there'd be nothing, but I'd be there like peeking out the window, and there'd be people coming up, like turning up in like a Rolls Royce or something, and popping out the car, coming and looking for me.
There was like a festival going on in this town. It was so overwhelming, and I like had to escape it, and I'm stood and I can like see the town with all these bright lights, and I can see like this woodland area with like this dark road like going off into like darkness, and all of a sudden people come like rushing from the town being like, you have to get out of here, and I'm like, okay, and I like put on my like leader hat, you know, and I'm like, okay, I have to lead these people to safety, and we go over the bridge, and I like see a bottle of Fireball on the side of the bridge, and I go and I use it to arm myself, because I'm like, I need to like fight people, I don't know what's going on, so I grab it, and then as we're going over the bridge, bad people come out from this canal that was under the bridge, and they come and they shoot me, and that's when I wake up.
I don't dream a lot because I smoke too much weed, but last night I had a dream that my friend Maya, we shared a family pack of crisps, and I was eating too many and she shouted at me, and then I woke up, she was shouting.
So the other night I had a dream because my boyfriend's dad was meant to be coming back, and we hadn't cleaned his flat, and he came back and he started chasing us in, like through every single room of the flat, and then I woke up and was panting, sweating.
I haven't been dreaming a lot, partly probably because I've been smoking too much, which stops you from dreaming, but I've been daydreaming a lot, so I'll give you a daydream. If you've ever watched Bleach and the Aizens Arc, in my head I've just been imagining that arc and trying to make that into a visual painting, but I haven't got there yet, and I will get there one day.
I remember like being in this big, like massive structure, but it looked like a Roblox game. It's like roller coasters, but like they were forming into different roller coasters, and then like I have a lot of dreams about roller coasters, to be fair.
I've always had these dreams where something crazy will be happening, and then I'll like look at the moon or maybe the sun or something, and it starts like vibrating and at me like that, and then meteors will start coming from the sky, or some mad like war starts breaking out or something like that. Yeah, and it feels like I'm like activating some sort of massive accident.
Apparently he committed the crime, and we locked it in a room, and then I was the one in charge, being like a security and keep it hide and not let him go, and it happened that he ran away, but after that he was fully naked, and I was literally chasing him on the bare floor, like I don't know, it was like super weird, like running after them, but then yeah, he just like gone away.
When I was a kid, I used to have a recurring nightmare about being in my school classroom and a witch with like a massive nose and like warty face would like push me out the window, and I always woke up like feeling like I was falling. It was very dramatic, but it went away.
When I was about like 12, I had this nightmare that I was in the pool that I always used to go swim in, but there were like sharks roaming around me. And I actually developed this really bad fear of sharks, and still till this day I'm like scared of sharks. There are no sharks in the pool.
I wake up and I'm in a room and I have my family around me, and there's a watch, and it's green right now, and they're like, when this watch turns to yellow, let us know. So I end up falling asleep, and I wake up and the watch is red. And I'm like, oh my gosh, the watch is red. They're like, we need to leave right now, we need to leave right now. And as we're leaving through the back, there's people coming through the front, and they're wearing all black in suits and stuff, and clearly they're bad people. When we go through the back, there's a lion in our backyard, and we have to sneak past the lion, and we have to be like really quiet, make sure the lion doesn't see you. Sometimes it sees me, sometimes it doesn't. It's a recurring nightmare.
I was on a plane crash in South America, and I died, and I was a ghost for 4 days. So in Hindu culture, until you're cremated, your soul's like right around everywhere. And when I died, I felt like my soul was roaming around, listening to my friends talk about me, listening to my family talk about me. And in a way, that nightmare made me feel valued, because I had people who cared for me. I had people looking out for me, and I was like, you know what, it's gonna be fine.
So the craziest dream I had was like I got to play gods, and control this man's life from like this Operation CCTV Room. And it was the craziest thing ever, and it kind of gave me an insight of like a straight white male's like perspective and like how their life works and sometimes how they victimize themselves and everything. And it was just like, it's almost like I unlocked a different dimension in my brain and I kind of looked into somebody else's life.
I had a dream about this tattoo over here. If you can't tell, it's a flower and a person at the same time, like that's the cyberphile. And I had a dream when I was 17 and I was walking through like this forest and there was moss everywhere and there was like little bunny rabbits, and I went to this cave and there was this like doctor person in this cave, and all of a sudden my mum was there and I was explaining to her I'm really stressed because I had these like growths underneath my skin, and she was like, what do you mean? And I was like, it's like little flowers, like little white flowers from like the palm of my hand that are growing. And then I showed it to her and then she just like starts laughing. Why are you guys like laughing? Why is no one stressed? And she comes back to me and she doesn't really say it, but I hear this and she goes, oh beta, like you have no idea what you're in for. Like you're about to grow, you have no idea what's gonna happen. And I was like, what do you mean? She's like, just let it happen.
Okay, so my dream is based on my aunt. She's a hoarder. She hoards like designer clothes, so not the worst kind of addiction. I had a dream that I was in her flat and it was flooded and I was like swimming around and all these Burberry clothes were like around me.
Last night I had a nightmare that my friend went missing and we will have to look for her.
So if you're watching this right now, follow your dreams. Sometimes you even gotta follow your nightmares, because sometimes your nightmares are what you're scared of. If you conquer your fears, you can conquer anything in life. If you follow your nightmares too, you're conquering your fears. You conquer your fears, you can do anything in this world, honestly. Keep doing what you need to do. My dreams right now, it's not about my dreams, it's about your dreams. It's about your f***ing dreams. Keep going. I've been HOK. I'm living life. You guys are living life. I love you all, everyone. Yes!